The U.S. Senate is gearing up for a vote on abortion rights, how lawmakers are preparing for the Supreme Court ruling. Plus, how COVID-19 is causing devastating effects on brains of severely ill patients. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the News 3 Now at noon. I'm Brandon Hamilton, and I'm in for Mark. He's going to be back next week. The U.S. Supreme Court's leaked draft opinion has sparked a week of protest over abortion rights. It also has legislators stepping up efforts on abortion-related bills. Natalie Brand has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Senators are heading home for the weekend to hear from constituents ahead of a planned vote next week, making abortion rights legal nationwide.
In a pregnancy, I don't believe that it is the state that should intervene with its heavy hand and make the decision.
If Roe versus Wade is struck down by the Supreme Court, abortion rights will be decided by individual states.
I think those decisions should be made by the elected representatives of the people back in the various states. I think that's the correct answer.
Republicans remain opposed to the Democratic bill, and that includes moderate Senator Susan Collins of Maine, who says she'll vote against it. Senator Collins and Alaska Republican Lisa Murkowski have proposed a more narrow bill to codify Roe, but keep protections for health providers who oppose abortion on religious grounds.
We are not looking to compromise something as vital as this.
States and legal experts are already anticipating what could be the next wave of legal battles.
I think it brings up a lot of new questions. For instance, there are states that are trying to say, not only can we ban abortions within our state, but we're going to try to ban our residents from traveling into another state.
Citing Supreme Court Justice Alito's draft opinion on Roe versus Wade, Republican state lawmakers in Louisiana advanced a bill through a House committee to criminalize abortion, classifying it as a homicide. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The Louisiana bill, which classifies life as beginning at fertilization, still has to be voted on in full legislature. Okay, the heat is coming to southern Wisconsin. Let's head to the Weather Center right now with meteorologist Chris Reese with the details.
Yes, it is. That's set up as we start to move towards next week, Brad. It is going to have a lot of warm air to go with it. And so we're going to be watching that Tuesday through Thursday. We're going to be talking about highs in the low and mid 80s. The heat index will be even warmer at some point. So we've got a lot to look ahead to, especially when it comes to a lot of the warmth that's going to be headed our way. But for now, we're tracking some showers that are still impacting parts of southern Wisconsin. And really, it's been far southeastern Wisconsin that has dealt with most of the shower activity. Some of these showers now moving over towards Beloit as we speak. Elkhorn and Walworth, you're getting in on some light rain activity too. Elsewhere, it has been dry. There's a live look outside from our station tower camera. It is still dry right now. Our temperatures are going to be warming up into the low 60s as we begin to push forward, but most of those shower chances stay away from us. And to the weekend, we are talking about sunshine. This is tomorrow, but everyone wants to know about Mother's Day. Coming up in just a bit, Brad, we're going to break down the Mother's Day forecast, and we're going to look ahead at the sizzle that I have in store next week.
Very important, Chris. Thanks so much, man. All right, Ukrainian soldiers trapped inside a steel plant in Mariupol are making their last stand against Russian forces. British intelligence believes there's a new urgency for Russia to seize the facility for propaganda reasons. Russia says that they will take the city by May 9th. That's Victory Day, when the country celebrates the defeat of Nazi Germany. The Pentagon has confirmed that the U.S. has been sharing intelligence with Ukrainian military since this conflict began. Some of that intelligence was used to pinpoint an important Russian battleship in last month's attack in the Black Sea. But U.S. officials say that they had nothing to do with the decision to strike it. Right now, crews are investigating what caused a house fire in Monroe County that killed 4 people. Firefighters were called to a home on Back Trail Road in Little Falls around 9 last night. Reports said that multiple people were possibly trapped on the 2nd floor. The front of the house was fully engulfed when crews arrived. A father and child were able to escape, but the 2nd floor of the home collapsed. It's unclear what caused the fire, but foul play is not expected. Now to Beloit, where police say that a suspected drunk driver drove a car into the Rock River. It happened near 4th Street and Liberty Avenue just before midnight. The 21-year-old was able to escape through a window and swim to shore, but he was eventually arrested with his first offense of OWI. The Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection says that the avian bird flu was found in 2 more backyard flocks in 2 different counties. That brings the total number of counties with infections up to 11. The newest cases were found in Sauk and Pierce counties. It's been 2 months since the first case was found back in Jefferson County. Health officials say that Dane County is seeing more COVID-19 cases than the rest of the state of Wisconsin, but it's also seeing a lower death rate. New data released today shows that COVID deaths are more than 2 times lower in the county than the rest of the state. The county is now averaging 246 new COVID cases per day, which health officials attribute to the new Omicron subvariants. That number also mirrors the county's testing rate, which is at 1.6 times the rate of testing across the entire rest of the state. As COVID cases once again rise in the U.S., researchers in the UK are discovering for some people the effects of the virus on the brain can be devastating. Ian Lee has the details.
As people fight for their lives with extreme cases of COVID, the virus is also damaging their brains in some cases.
Cognitive decline that you would see for someone between the ages of about 50 and 70 years.
Researchers in the UK discovered that the virus is causing some people to lose their mental capacity, equivalent to aging 20 years. Using a state-of-the-art computer program, they tested 46 patients' abilities in language, memory, and concentration.
So the more severe the initial illness, the greater the scale of the cognitive problems.
Some theories for why this happens includes a lack of oxygen to the brain, along with inflammation. But the effects of aging so quickly can be life-changing.
The impact that on your ability to cope with everyday life or your job would be pretty substantial.
Can you recover from this?
Quite a few of these patients may not be able to, for example, return to work. Some of them may not ever actually completely recover their cognitive faculties.
Researchers insist this only affects a small number of people who've had COVID. Is there anything I can do to prevent this?
Probably the best thing you could do to try and prevent this happening is to make sure you're fully vaccinated.
Scientists add vaccines not only reduce the severity of COVID, but also the risks of brain damage. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Researchers say that their next step is to look into ways to help people not only cope, but also see if there are any ways to reverse this damage. It's a day set aside to thank nurses and other healthcare workers for their tireless hard work. Today is National Nurses Day. The day kicks off Nurses Week next week. National Nurses Week ends on May 12th, the birthday of Florence Nightingale, the founder of the modern nursing. She became well known while taking care of wounded soldiers during the Crimean War. Nightingale was dubbed the Lady of the Lamp because of the habit that she had of making the rounds at night. The Milwaukee Bucks will return home for Game 3 against the Boston Celtics tomorrow. Since 2018, the Bucks have only lost 3 games at the Pfizer Forum in the playoffs. They look to bounce back after getting blown out in Game 2, 109-86. 3 days in between the playoffs is not normal, which gives the Celtics, who are pretty banged up, some time to heal their injuries. The Bucks and the Celtics are set to tip off in Milwaukee at 2:30 tomorrow. If you're still looking for a Mother's Day gift, good news. The Bodega returns to Bree Stevens Field tonight. Admission is free. The gates open at 5 p.m. and the event wraps up at 9. The market features over 60 vendors and plenty of goods to choose from. This is the first of 3 markets that's at the field. A second is set for June 3rd, and the final one will be held on July 22nd. You can find the full list of vendors on channel3000.com. There's much more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Your latest stock market numbers, and we're going to see which games are getting inducted into the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver when you spend $60. Get one 30-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
GTW is different from the other personal injury firms because we actually do trials. We have gotten great results for our clients and will continue to do so.
All in to win. Gingras, Thompson & Walks.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows.
What we loved about Nextdoor and Window is that they were different.
We really loved their educational approach.
Call 844-600-NEXT. 50% off your installation.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
This ain't about the donor class with their name on trucks, nor the establishment. Man, they failed us for decades. This is about the ones who work for a living. Just worry about safe streets and buying groceries. Warrior conservatives. This is about Kevin Nicholson, one of us. The Marine who never forgot how to fight. It's in his gut. Conservatives, rise up. We have a leader.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including hundreds of Lazy Boy recliners and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Pizza night? Hurry in for today's $10 meal deal at Hy-Vee. A complete pizza dinner for 4 for just $10. That's only $2.50 per person. It's today's $10 meal deal, and it's only at Hy-Vee.
America's employers added 428,000 jobs in April, extending a streak of solid hiring that has defied inflation, chronic supply shortages, the Russian war against Ukraine, and much higher borrowing costs. Now, today's jobs data will probably keep the Federal Reserve on course to raise interest rates to quell inflation. Matt Piper is here with more on today's Money Watch report.
The FDA is limiting the use of Johnson & Johnson's single-dose COVID vaccine because of a rare but potentially life-threatening risk of blood clots. The agency says only those who cannot get a different vaccine should take J&J's jab because of a risk of thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome. Miss Pac-Man is a Hall of Famer. The iconic female dot eater joins Dance Dance Revolution, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Civilization as this year's inductees to the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Winners are recognized for their popularity and influence. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, go to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Another negative day on Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow is down 87 points, NASDAQ is down 52 points, and the S&P is down 31 points. Next at noon, Pam Yankee has your latest farm numbers, plus a special canine is helping kids get over their fear of the dentist in Tennessee. And a warm-up is on the way. Chris has your latest forecast coming right after the break.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,100 on Serta Perfect Sleeper. Save up to $500 on a Purple mattress. Get $300 in free furniture on Tempur-Pedic. Plus special financing and guaranteed 5-day delivery on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Even liberal fact checkers say Democrats have repeatedly lied about me.
Now they distorted my record on the tax relief I got for more than 90% of American businesses. The truth is, because of my efforts, small businesses like these on Main Street were able to stay competitive with the big guys. I held firm so that all businesses got tax cuts, allowing them to grow and create good-paying jobs. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Up to 64% off hot new looks. Plus, get an additional 10% off at checkout. Doorbuster savings throughout the store. And pay no interest for 36 months. Only at Ashley.
Saturday morning, we'll take a dive into the largest female-led ownership group in professional sports. And spring is finally here. Julian's tracking warm weather for your weekend. Your certified most accurate forecast Saturday at 5 and 8.
Just a third of Wisconsin's child abuse and neglect reports get investigated by CPS.
Any child that dies from violence is unnecessary.
Naomi Coast tells you why the state says it's more complex than meets the eye. News 3 Now investigates Sunday at 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Okay, let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report.
Welcome, Brad. Good to have you on the noon show.
Thank you.
Glad to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, and glad to see the warmer temperatures coming up next week. Right now, you mentioned before the break that the Dow Jones Industrial Average has slipped pretty good. My commodities are going in the same direction, and part of it is because of that weather forecast we're likely going to hear about shortly. Warm, sticky weather next week. It's going to allow Wisconsin farmers to get back out on the road and start with that spring planting work in a lot of the state. That being said, again, I have to remind you, please be very careful if you're sharing that roadway with farm equipment. Don't tailgate it. Don't pass in no passing zones. Don't pass on the shoulder. Just be very, very cautious around that farm equipment. And farmers, likewise, let's make sure that we're using time to make sure that those slow-moving vehicle signs are available and bright, that you've got lighting on those bigger pieces of equipment. And if you can manage at all to avoid the rush times, shall we say, in your neighborhood, that'll probably help us all out as well. Well, we're hoping that we're going to see things ease out a little bit for some of our large animal veterinarians around the state of Wisconsin. Our large practicing animal veterinarians work with the beef, the hogs, the sheep, as well as our dairy industry. Talked yesterday with Dr. Hunter Lang from Lodi Vet Clinic, who's actually getting ready to retire next week. He said they are still dealing with supply chain issues when it comes to available animal pharmaceuticals. He said it's one of those kind of like a rolling blackout. He said one day you'll have a pharmaceutical that you need to keep animals healthy, and the next week it'll be gone. So they have been kind of working through different scenarios on how to keep animals well. He also notes that as far as pharmaceutical trends are concerned in the future, a lot more pharmaceutical companies putting emphasis on wellness and looking at genes within animals that will keep them well. Today in Chicago, barrel cheese was unchanged. 40-pound block cheese was unchanged. Our AA butter taking the trend off the rest of the market, down 2 cents at $2.64 a pound. But we'll watch and see, Brad. I bet next week when we get our next planting progress report, I bet a lot of Wisconsin farmers have made substantial progress with this weather coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Pam, have a great weekend. Nice meeting you, too.
Yes, very good.
All right, have a good one. All right, a lot of people get nervous about going to the dentist, and for kids, it can be especially frightening. But Claire Kopsky tells us a practice in Tennessee has found a pretty adorable solution to this problem.
This dental office is anything but ordinary.
I love it. This dentist is really fun.
Fun at the dentist.
It's so kind of magical.
So much so that you might even see the tooth fairy.
I had a vision of enchanted forests for this office because I wanted to take them out of their reality that was causing them to be afraid.
To further that mission, Dr. Sandage and her team added a new member. Meet Milo.
Are you ready, Milo? Come on, buddy.
The therapy dog at East Nashville Pediatric Dentistry.
Do you want to lay with him? Yes. Okay.
He comes out by request to sit with these little patients while they have their teeth cleaned.
Big. Let me see your loose teeth. Say ah.
He's very calm, so he doesn't like run around, and he just kind of calms me.
Calms kids and distracts them from being afraid of the drills and tools.
I love the dog, and it's so cute. I want to hold it. He makes me feel warm.
I had been thinking about how I wanted to design my practice, what the vision of my practice would be for years, and part of that puzzle was coming up with almost like a menu of options of how we can make kids comfortable at the dentist.
That menu includes Milo.
I didn't know about it. Do you want a dog sitting in your lap today? And I was like, yeah, I'd love that.
Hospitals I've always been really impressed by in that they have like a child life specialist whose entire job is to make the patient comfortable, happy, and give them a positive experience. Sometimes they utilize a therapy dog, and I always thought, that's so genius. And if I could have a child life specialist walking around here, I would. But right now, Milo he'll do the trick.
He's a certified therapy furry friend with a big personality.
Sometimes how his teeth like stick up above his lip. It's really cute.
A dental practice taking care of molars, wisdoms, and of course, a canine.
All right, I don't know if they have openings, but I'm definitely interested in flying down to Tennessee and getting in on that. All right, some patients say now they actually look forward to going to the dentist, which makes sense. Okay, a heat wave is coming to southern Wisconsin. Chris joins us now with the latest. Chris?
It is the first heat wave of the season that we're getting ready to track, but we start with some of the showers that have really been, for the most part, bypassing all of Wisconsin. We had this force from rain, but the area of low pressure really tracked across parts of Missouri, and that kept most of that shower activity south of us in Madison. Still, we are seeing some showers throughout parts of southeastern Wisconsin. That's been where they've been focused over the past several hours at this point. Anywhere from Racine and Kenosha counties back towards Elkhorn, Beloit now getting in on some showers. Meanwhile, Janesville has stayed dry pretty much all day, but Beloit got the rain. That's just how sharp that cutoff has been. Temperatures do continue to warm up. We're at 57 now. Our winds are out of the east to northeast at 13. That's the sustained wind. So it's a little breezy out, but we're warm enough that wind chills still line up with the air temperature at that point. Boscobel, 64. Congratulations. You are one of the warm spots out there. Same for Camp Douglas. Black River Falls at 65. It is 54 in Janesville. You're actually seeing what that rain-cooled air can do, and winds off the lake. Milwaukee's at 49, while all of us are so much warmer than Milwaukee at this point. We continue to push forward and go throughout today. Check the clock. This right here is 4:30 in the afternoon. At that point, it is 62 for us in Madison. Also happening at this point, your cloud cover should begin to break up just a little bit. Some drier air starts to move into the picture, and what that'll do is help give us a smooth sunset as we sail into the weekend. 40 when you wake up tomorrow morning, but we're going up to 67 tomorrow afternoon. That comes with a day full of that sunshine. Then by the time we start to move towards your Mother's Day, clouds are moving into the picture. We're still going to warm up into the 60s overall. Most of those rain showers are going to be staying to our west. So your official Mother's Day forecast, mainly dry and increasing that cloud cover. Look for your highs right around 66 or so. Then we start to move towards next week. Watch the warmth that's building across the south. That's going to move towards the north, and warmer temperatures begin to come our way, and they hang out with us all throughout next week. You bring that down closer to the ground, and we're also going to have this area of low pressure that brings a warm front our direction as well. Most of your storms will be out towards the north and west, but due to this warm front, Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to have highs in the low to mid 80s, and we get very, very muggy, folks. The heat index will likely start to make it into the mid 90s. The reason for that, our dew points will be on the increase. By Tuesday, we're talking dew points making it into the 70s. This is tropical. This is the air you can wear. It just kind of weighs you down just a bit. As a result, it'll likely feel like the mid 90s by the time we get you towards Tuesday afternoon. It's heat. It's nothing to write home about, but it's the first heat wave of the season. Here's what you can do and how you can plan ahead. Change your air filters in your home and open the AC vents. Also check the thermostat. See if there's any settings that need to be adjusted. And if needed, maybe it's the AC maintenance. Maybe it's time for that as we start to gear up towards summer. And as always, as I'm doing now, hopefully you hear that, hydrate. Drink plenty of water as we start to go ahead. But we're really going to get in on some warmer temperatures. Now, of course, I'll show you that 10-day coming up.
Facts. Great stuff, Chris. All right, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, Howard's working on something special for Sunday in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
What's the best thing we can do for Mom this Mother's Day? We've got the inside scoop.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you worried about getting in and out of your bathtub to shower? Don't step over, step through with Wisconsin walk-in showers. Let us custom fit your tub to be a walk-in shower without any remodeling. Our bathtub conversions take a few hours to complete. Call before you fall. Wisconsin walk-in showers.
Now's the time to start your lawn and garden projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Mastermark Lawn Edging is the perfect way to add a finishing touch to your garden. Save 11% on all Mastermark Lawn Edging. Keep your garden growing with Yardworks garden hoses. This 50-foot heavy-duty garden hose features a guard and grip connector for easy attachment. It's $19.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, everybody, who's coming to the big show? Meet me at Vet Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Oakshot Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells for an all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway Jude, The Mascot Theory, and Beth Killyman. All benefiting heat and housing for heroes. Visit vetaidwi.com for more details.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
Hello, spring. Hello, savings. Now at the Century House. Save hundreds with a free leather upgrade. Or get $300 off stressless Mike and Max motorized recliners with a soft rocking motion that provides instant comfort. And $300 off the new 50th anniversary retro stressless Royal recliner. Available with the iconic stressless original base. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Are you worried about getting in and out of your bathtub to shower? Don't step over, step through with Wisconsin walk-in showers. Let us custom fit your tub to be a walk-in shower without any remodeling. Our bathtub conversions take a few hours to complete. Call before you fall. Wisconsin walk-in showers.
Hey, I want to remind you that this weekend is Mother's Day. So if you haven't had a chance to get a card or make plans for your mom or any mom in your life, we have an idea that'll make her light up. You know, for most moms, it's more meaningful that you call or be with her on Sunday than anything else. And rather than getting her some gift just to get her something, what do you say I show you how to whip up a special breakfast that's filled with TLC? All we do is mix together a good amount of pancake mix with a couple of eggs, milk, club soda, and vegetable oil. You see, the bubbles in the club soda will make this light and fluffy. Now we pour this into muffin cups and top each with some fresh fruit. Here we're using blueberries in some and cut up apples in others. Once they're filled, we pop them in the oven and bake them for 25 minutes or until they pass the toothpick test. When they're done, we top them with some pancake syrup to make them even more to die for. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our fruity pancake muffins so you'll be able to treat mom extra special this Sunday. And while you're making them, don't forget to add in your own TLC. That's tender loving care. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a very special way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Happy Mother's Day.
All right, Chris, how's the weather looking?
We're warming up to the 60s as we go into the afternoon. Next week, it's 80s, very humid as well.
All right, we'll see you at 4, everyone.